this is Ijaw-ere Talkshow, and you all know we do it here every 5 p.m. On Sundays. We have guests on this platform where we talk about the growth of the Nigerian data, brands, culture, tradition, everything that we need to talk about. We talk about it here on Ijaw-ere Talkshow. Don't forget, if you want to push your brand, if you want to talk about anything, you want to speak about anything, feel free to send us DM and we're going to host you on this show. So today, my special guest is no other person than our one and only filmmaker, director, and producer, Stanley Ajalaja, the producer of current trending movie named title, Bradama. And today we're going to be talking about majorly about Bradama. If you have any question you would like to ask, please drop it at the comment section. And anything you want to talk about, please drop it. The guests or me, we are going to answer your questions. Thank you. So my guys, please introduce yourself to the viewers so they could know you better than what I was just saying. Thank you.
My name is
You know that's the truth.
Ijaw-ere. I am from industry and I'm a filmmaker.
Thank you so much for that brief intro. Even though we're not satisfied with that brief intro, but I think we're going to dive into it. We're going to ask a question that will dive into the things we really want to know. Thank you, sir. So, sir, before we go into details about you, your movie you recently produced, Bradama, has been trending, and your master came in. And please, this talk show, don't trust me, it's both Ijaw and English. So don't speak English, English, English. It has to be both. So, imi if you remember, Bradama trend kate. We have to review very me, very film and film go back and boloka. Boya nyaba mi ayo tu madamo imo mi ayo turo. Film bi hat war believe boloka. Abai boya you can teach. So me bene bi me take modo. What is the journey behind the movie Bradama?
Okay. As a Nollywood producer and director over the years, I have always wanted to tell stories, and not just telling stories, using stories to shape our people, to send a message. Right? That's always been my. But for Bradama is like our first Ijaw film, and then the reason is that I got inspired. I'm like, I've been doing Nollywood films. I'm not mainstream. I mean, but I needed to do something from my place, from home. I needed to go back home and tell stories that had to do with my people, so the world can also see my people from that point of view. So we don't get misinterpretation when other people tell our stories, right? So, but for Bradama especially, uh, I hold that film dearly to my heart because the main inspiration behind it is me returning from my mom's burial and seeing a young man that is passionate about music. And we were just at the jet playing music, and we connected. And every other thing comes next after that moment. It's a divine connection. Today we are very proud of.
Ain't na ibi mo say in direct part to ikimodo but mini.
Yes,
Bradama, is it the like the character, Bradama himself?
yes, yes.
Is it what you're referring
The
to?
young man, the young man that played the Bradama role. That's how I met
Yes.
him. And the next title, immediately I saw him because the boy had nothing to do except his music. And even though I am not against education, right? Sometimes we forget that handwork, sometimes, and most of the time, even if you have education or not, is necessary you have handwork. You have a skill. So Bradama was inspired by a young man who had nothing to offer but his music. So une Bradama ke epre uyere, and that brought him to the mainstream.
So that was the inspiration behind the story. Or
The
is that the
inspiration,
inspiration?
the inspiration behind Bradama is me. Like it's me saying, it's knowing that a person can become something when they know how to do something, right? A person can become something if they know how to do something. Like, because you don't have an excuse. Whether you went to school or not, you need to learn a skill. You need to make sure you have a skill. So the basic inspiration behind Bradama is Me seeing an albino boy who would have been nothing but clinged to his music, and with that music, he's earning. So Bradama na nawe more in Korea.
Okay. Thank you so much. So, how did your journey into filmmaking started? How did it begin?
For me, it is about loving something, loving to do something, and doing it with all your might. Um, while I was in school, I always wanted to make films, but you know the Nigerian system where parents want you to go to school and become a medical doctor or become a lawyer or become this or that, what they want for you, right? But sometimes we forget what the children want, what they are good at, what they want to do, right? So I didn't get the chance in my home to make films. So, but I love to make films. So I didn't get the support at the initial stage making films. So I started with a 3,000 naira budget. I made my first film with a 3,000 naira budget. And with that 3,000 naira budget, I was able to make a film that sold for 1.2 million naira. And
Wait. Your budget was 3,000 naira. And you were able to shoot a movie, what? 1.2 million naira?
I made a movie that sold for 1.2 million. It didn't just sell, it sold in African Magic. It was showing everywhere. Yeah.
Whoa! That's cool.
Thank you. Most people don't know the story, but that's it. It's because in creativity, everything is here. If you can think it, you can achieve it. So there is no barrier, no hindrance. You can do it. I mean, I knew I didn't have the money, but I had the thoughts, the mind, the brain to think. So I thought of a movie that I can do without much money. So I was discouraged. I had just 3,000 naira in my account. I didn't want to start, but I was also listening to a lot of motivational messages at that time. So, and like they would say, the best way to start is by starting. So,
From somewhere at least. Well, thank you so much. I want to recognize some of our viewers in the comment section. Ijaw Mama Margaret, thank you for joining us. Gallo, thank you so much. Margaret, Victor, Karen, Topaz, Otzi Wisdom, Smile Africa. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you all of you for joining us. Thank you. So, number three question: what inspired you to become a film director and a producer? You already said how it begins. Now, I want to know what really inspired you to go into that field.
okay, so growing up, I was watching Nigerian movies, right? And then I I got inspired by two directors. One of them is our own very Kunle Afolayan, and the other one is Tyler Perry, right? Most times I like to tell, I'm a visualizing person. Every time people tell me things, I am seeing a vision. Like, if you're talking to me, if you're telling a story to me right now, what I'm seeing is the vision of that story you are telling. So I'm always seeing these things as you are telling it. I am seeing a vision. So I used to have, because I'm an introvert, I used to have a moment where I used to hide in a corner and use stones to hit themselves. While I'm hitting those stones, I am visualizing a story in my head, right? So that's my life. That's what I love to do. So when I now knew that I wanted to make film was uh, around 2018 when I felt like, yes, all these things that I've been doing gears to one direction. At that time, I'm not able to think for myself. I'm not like, okay, so what I really should do is to direct movies. And my inspiration basically idea of being able to tell stories, being able to tell stories that I want to tell, the way I want to tell them, just like I would watch um, older colleagues do so. So, I mean, that's my basic inspiration.
Thank you so much. So among other productions, why did you decide to create Bradama? There are a lot of productions you could decide to go into. Why did you decide on Bradama in particular? Sarah, you're welcome. Control Vision, you're welcome.
Okay, Bradama
Why
basically,
Bradama?
why Bradama? Yeah, like I have mentioned, Bradama, I connected with that young man, um, the young man. Sorry. His real name is Kevin Bra.
Kelvin.
Yes, his real name is
Okay.
Kevin Bra. So, but he is very spoken. It is the inspiration behind staying in, looking at him, watching how addicted he was and he is to music. Is the inspiration for me. So Bradama is a divine thing. It's something that it's a thing that is like a director connecting to an actor and creating magic from there. So I mean that's the inspiration behind Bradama, and that is why we chose Bradama.
All right, thank you so much. So, what does the title Bradama mean, and what message does the movie, or what message are you trying to pass across?
Bradama as an real person. Okay, Bradama is skill.
You know
It,
me, please.
sorry about that.
You are skipping meat.
Okay, So,
Ijaw-ere, please.
so Bradama means in a Bradama,
You're not audible. We're not hearing you. You're not audible.
Bradama means in a skill, like what you do, what you want to do is Bradama, and it means skill.
Okay. Is that all you want to say
Yes. I mean that's the meaning of Bradama.
in a Bradama?
In a Bradama, and again in a Bradama, like that's your handwork.
Okay, your handwork. Okay, acceptable. So, I still want to know why you picked that title, Bradama. What inspired you to like go into the word Bradama? Oh, skills. In a Bradama, take care of in particularly, oh, Bradama make a menu.
Okay,
Why did you decide that Bradama itself?
okay,
Now we know the meaning. The meaning is skills. We get it. Now, why do you want to publish or produce something regarding to skills?
okay.
That talent you discover in that boy. Why do you decide to go into that?
Um, thank you for the question. So, Ebo, Port Harcourt, Remo, like that's where I grew up, right? And so I was far away from home, right? So, when I came back home, I started mixing with my people. So one thing I observed, with all due respect, one thing I observed is that a lot of our young persons are not skilled. So because they are not skilled, they have a pattern of appraisals. They render appraisals to people who have money and they give them money. So they they leech on the rich. That's one major thing. And something that I have learned over the years is that when you
Your voice is like,
okay, is it clear now? Is it clear now?
yes, yes.
Okay, so I said one thing I have learned over the years is that when you have value, people will come for you.
That's true.
And when you want to go meet a person, don't go to take from them, go and add value to them. When you add value to people, they will. So
Thank you.
I feel like most of our young persons, they need to have a handwork, something, a skill that they can use to meet these people and say, sir, I can do this. And so, and when they give you money, you go and do that, and you become a value system to the community as well. So they don't just give you money, you go, and when you are done with the money, you now start, you come back, and other younger ones are growing. Everybody is leeching on the few that have money. So now, even when they create skill acquisitions for these young people, the young people have not been properly oriented to understand that the skill acquisition is for them to go and become independent. Instead, they see it as a means of learning work and going back to status quo. Yeah, it's a mindset. They need to understand it. Just like you have a television in your house, right? The television
Yeah.
you have in your house does not mean that every time you have to turn it on. The television in your house, you only go to it when it is, if you have principle in your house, you only go to that TV when you want to watch a program, when you want to watch the news, when you want to watch something that had value to you. So now, if you're going to TV at every given time, you lose the TV loses its value as well. So the TV becomes a thing that is just there for you to just go and watch. But if you are going to that TV for only important news, you see that, excuse me, if anything happens to that TV, you will want to get it done immediately.
Okay, thank you. Also said, how do you stay motivated when learning becomes difficult?
Great. Great question. First of all, two things. How do you stay motivated when learning becomes difficult, isn't it?
Difficult. Yeah.
First of all, when learning is difficult, why is learning difficult? It's your mindset. For instance, right, when you say learning is difficult, you are saying that, oh, I am distracted, oh, I have not eaten, or something is there, something is right. There must be challenges that create that facet for you to say, oh, it is difficult. For you to feel something is difficult means that something is deterring you to concentrate from concentrating, right? So I need details for me to be able to explain to that person how to navigate through difficult moments. Because if uh, you want to be focused and then it is difficult for you to be focused, you need to tell me the situation you're in for me to help you with a suiting answer. I don't know if you get me correct.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. And so, also, you've heard what my guest just said. Please explain yourself better. And to add to what my guest also said, do you ever say some of us what one of the difficulties of face meaning is you picking the wrong thing at that particular period. Some of us will go pick up a job. Oh, I want to learn this job because my friends is learning this job. Let me say, for example, you're learning tailoring, and you know very well you don't have passion for tailoring. Definitely, you're going to lose focus. You are going to. It's going to be difficult for you to even cope with that particular skills you're learning. So that also makes learning very difficult for you. I think that's one of those things that can cause it. Learning what you know you don't have passion for,
Very correct.
what you know you don't have passion for. Maybe your passion is to be a shoemaker, a professional shoemaker, but because your friend is a tailor or is a makeup artist, you run into that skills, and at the end of the day, because you don't have passion for it, you lose focus, you lose interest, and all of a sudden you don't want to partake in that program anymore. So I think if you know what you do, you don't have passion for it, please go for what you know you have passion for. What
That's
you know
why we
you
tell
if
people.
you
That's what we tell people. We say, do what you love and love what you
yes sir.
do. That will sustain you.
So Smiley Africa, welcome back. So, Oti, please clarify him so he can help you with your question more. All right, thank you so much for asking. Guys, keep on with your questions to answer you. So, why was it important for you to tell Arugbeju's story through Bradama? Because I know very well that Arugomio, wana bunya yutabo, Bradama Braese, skills on me, so you may move people Pamio. I was really, really impressed. I said, please, this will help a little bit. It will help. And it will explain better that handwork is more important. So why did you decide to use Arugbejo to tell the story? Why don't you use English or something? Why did you decide to pick Arugbejo to tell the story?
Thank you. The thing is, right? Um, the vision. I and my team, right? When I say my team, I think you are even part of the team, anyways. But all of you that I consulted, you remember very well. I spoke to you. As a matter of fact, you and I, our first session we had was when I was in Apata. That conversation we had when I was in Apata, when I was returning, was when I saw my phone. Yes, I remember vividly. And when I wanted to start this journey, I called a few of you because I'm a person who likes to ask questions. And I spoke to a few of you. And today, your advice as related to our people from Pumpre, from Elizabeth, Suru Elizabeth, from Frank Ekbo, and the others. These are like family. You guys are the ones that shaped this dream. Like you guys gave me confidence to actually start this journey. Now, the reason is this, right? If you have to start, you start from your house, right? You have to test run from your.
Exactly.
You have to first of all clean your house before you go outside,
You clean
right?
outside.
And then this vision is bigger than one nation. We are doing it for the Ijaw nation, right? We are not making Ijaw films for just Arobo people. We are making Ijaw films for the Ijaw nation, right? Ijaw is the fourth largest language in Nigeria, right? So uh, we are making sure that we tell our story across all the job speaking communities. But then we have to start from Arobo, first thing first. That's why we started.
Okay, thank you so much. We still have some questions in the comment section. So, one of them here it said, can you walk us through a real situation where you felt like giving up on learning skills? Thank you for that beautiful question. Risky Jasky, you're welcome. Thank you for joining us. Do you get the question? He said, can you walk us through a real situation where you felt like giving up? Can you walk us through a real situation where you felt like giving up on learning skills? Thank you for that beautiful question. Risky Jasky, you're welcome. Thank you for joining us. Do you get the question? He said, can you walk us through a real situation where you felt like giving up on skills?
When you start a journey, right? Let me give you a real life situation so it can tally with your question. So when I wanted to do this, I spoke to my brother, right? My older brother was the one sponsoring me through school, and I told him that when I graduate, I don't want to work. I don't want to work in but I want to start my own company, right? And then it didn't go well because as at that time, it's all about go to school, get out of school, get a job, and you move, right? So the vision I had, the vision I have rather, did not align properly with my brother. So I was looking like a useless person. I was looking like I don't know what I because I was much younger. And when you are telling older people about your vision, and sometimes the vision is crazy and they don't understand it. So you look at it quickly because you are the younger one. So there was a time, there was a time that in Port Harcourt, um, we had moved to our building and where we were rented apartments and they said, okay, I should come, let's go to our building. Even if I want to do movies, I can start from there. And I said, I'm not leaving. That I want to be here, that if I'm in the family house, I will not be motivated to continue. That was the moment for me. At that time, I almost gave up on this thing because there were times where there was no food. And I can't go home to say, please, you're helping with food, the money is done with. Because they said, come home. I was the one acting like, oh, I can stand alone, right? So at that time, the shame, you can't go home. And I haven't said this in a lot of places, but in the course of wanting to do this thing that I'm doing right now, I contemplated suicide 3 times. People didn't know because I didn't want people to feel like I failed. So I had to I wanted it to be done with, right? I wanted it to be done with. But like I said, that was the time I started listening to motivational messages. Even though a lot of people don't believe in motivational messages these days, but for me, that was where I found my strength because that was how I got to know that a lot of people are going through stuff. But if you give up, why did you start in the first place? If you have to start and give up, it's all wasted. So at that time, I told myself, it's either we get rich or we die trying. And then, from those as a matter of fact, it was in my depressed state that I checked my account. So I was having 3,000 naira in my account. And that night I slept and I had a dream. And I had a film. And the title of the film is Cracked. That was the same film I made that cracked the door open for me. From that very film, everything changed. So I have true life situation. When you want to give up, anytime you want to remember why you started in the first place and keep going.
Wow, that's great. Thank you. Thank you. So, um, what challenges did you face while producing Bradama? What were your challenges?
But the one minute. So the first and more tense challenge for Bradama is that the lead actor and a few of the actors they've not been on screen like that before. As a matter of fact, for the lead actor, that was his first time being on screen. So you have to uh, teach, train, and train. and you had a short period of time to do so. So it was time consuming, but one thing that worked, the reason why we were able to move through that phase was because it's different when we're making a job film. As in, it was beautiful making an job film. It's not like a set where everybody is speaking different language. Like we were able, so the things that I cannot say in English, right? I have someone like Pumpere with me who helped me to interpret to him. And I had someone like Frank on set. So my Ijaw brothers and sisters on set, they will always help me to say, "Oh, Marakeka me, okay, Ubamini, Meko Ubamini." So even though my jaw was not too strong, they were there for me to like. They made it easy. They made it easy, and that's the reason I'm speaking Ijaw now. Okay, I think I should speak more of Ijaw now. Making Bradama, I have my own advantage. Making Bradama has made me understand Ijaw more and speak Ijaw more fluently. Yeah, those are the things away from the challenges, though. Those are the things I would count as benefits.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Studio mode.
So, how did local community contribute to the success of the movie?
Oh,
Hello.
yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I heard you. I heard you.
Okay.
Um, I think you know the job community. I'm getting to know my people more, right? But I must tell you, the job people are amazing people, right? And then we were able to connect at the right time because we had a lot of testimonies from Bradama. Oh, before I used to be shy as an job person. Oh, Bradama made me proud. Oh, a lot of persons coming out to say, oh, a job movie can be this standard. Oh, we can make a job movie at this. So the job community, they encourage. As a matter of fact, the job communities, they are the reason why we made Bradama Part Two. Bradama Part One was just to test waters to see if the job people will like the film. They will like a job film. When we made it, they loved it. We said we need part two, and then we made part two. And now they are saying they need part three. So right now we are planning on making part three for them.
Wow.
So the job
Thank you.
people contributed greatly to it.
So, how is it going?
Part three? You mean part three?
Yes, part three of Bradama. What should we expect it soon, or it's going to be
Yeah,
taking?
yeah, yeah. As a
Oh, okay,
matter of
okay,
fact, on the 15th, on the 15th, uh, we're going to be having the shoot will start officially on the 15th. All right. It
okay.
starts officially on the 15th. That was
All
one
right.
I to do for me. Great. So while in your show, Mommy Shan George, you know the actor, the legendary actor Shan George, she just sent me a dog.
Yay! He's so cute.
So,
The dog is so cute.
thank you.
Maybe we'll be this one to me now. The dog is. What are we going to name this one now? What are we going to name it?
I'm on live section, so maybe after my live section, I'm going to call her. Thank you so much.
What are we
Okay,
going to
what
call?
are
Is it a girl? Is it female? Is it
made of female? Oh, it's a female. What am I going to call her now?
female?
Um,
Let's call her. Let's call her.
I want an Ijaw name. I want an Ijaw name for her.
Okay, okay. Let's call him Tamara Bradama.
Ah, I think we should
God's
call this
work.
dog Bradama. We should call this dog Bradama.
I think that's. I just want to be partial. That just put Tamara. Okay, let's call him. Let's call her Bradama.
Bradama. Yeah, okay. So
Yes. Hi, Bradama.
your name henceforth is Bradama.
Ah, Soma, you're welcome. Thank you. Thank you, mommy.
Do you know somebody? I traveled, and someone told me that they thought it was iChief that was sponsoring us. That
Yeah, they might say so because of everything's like, the cresting of the bee and the coloring, everything is the same thing how they do this.
and we didn't even like it was not even close. Like there was no relation. Like we were just following it. That's why I said Bradama is divinely orchestrated. You see, now everything is aligning. Meeting that boy, the title of the film, right, and the result, right. A lot of people could call us. As a matter of fact, Ijaw people called us from America, right? and be like, I watched that film, Bradama, and I love it. It made me cry. Somebody could tell us that, oh, your film made us cry. And we were thinking, I mean, we were just trying to tell a story, right? And people got so inspired, so moved. And so that's not the best that we can do, but we just realized that that film itself is not just an ordinary film. It was divinely orchestrated. Truthfully.
Thank you. So, if we can remember, my first talk show where I hosted you, I was asking you, you have been producing so many Nollywood movies, good movies, and it's someone enjoying me. I was like, you must do one, or you must do one. I was like, you must start one. I want to use this publicly to say thank you. Like, thank you. Because when we discuss about it, I'm like, I'm giving it to us. I went to my company. I said, we have good locations. You have to shadow something. You have to, when we talk about it, I was shocked when we said, this is coming to a reality. Play, 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 play. I want to say thank you.
Yes.
Because there are a lot of people that even when you talk to them, they don't even want to buy your idea or sing to what, or even give you a reason in the ears. I want to use publicly to say thank you.
And thank you for bringing it up. So I used to call, there are three people I used to call them custodians. I call you that, I call Filmmaker that, and there is Ijaw Dance and Music. I used to call her that too. The reason I love your brand and would always make myself available for it is that you guys have Ijaw at heart. You could do any other thing. You can navigate English properly. You can do any other thing, but you chose the Ijaw brand. And trust me, when I said you guys inspired me from the beginning, I met it. Like you guys, for the fact that I could see my job people standing. I didn't know. I would have queued into this line like long, long ago. You get so for
Oh, thank you.
you guys do it. I am so inspired. And thank God it's moving from grace to grace.
Thank you, Jesus. Thank you. Love and James, thank you for joining me. Thank you, Mama. Thank you. All right. How do you think films can help preserve the job culture and the job language himself? How do we protect? How do we preserve all those things for the next generation, next so these things won't fade away? How do we use film to tell us to do documentaries and all that?
Thank you. Thank you very much. This is a key question. And I really appreciate that you asked. You know, this is the time that we need to come back home. Our children, our people in diaspora, right? So, films, if you check America, if America want to push a narrative, they go to Hollywood. They meet Hollywood directors and producers. Films are what you use to shape a set of people or a country or a nation. You use films because when you are watching a film, you are directly connected to the action. And when you are in that connection, you begin to imagine and your IQ begin to function like calculating the happenings and relating them to yourself. And that's why it's called a make believe business, right? Films help to shape people from, okay, let's say our people, most of our leaders, our people, even not just the leaders, our people in the cities, our children no longer speak Ijaw in our homes. They speak English,
At all.
right? And this is not the time where you want to sit them down and say, we are Memefie, by Nebarimi or Beke. You two cannot avoid it because you are in the city,
At all.
right? But the best thing you can do for them is to make them watch your films that connect to their origin. That's why we want to tell. So we are still looking out for sponsorship, right? We're still looking out for our leaders to patronize us, to encourage us, because we want to make sure that every Ijaw home is proud of the kind of things that we make, and we are able to tell stories that help to shape marriages, help to shape our nation, help to shape our people, the way they think. So we are currently bent on shaping our people with the kind of things that's why we're not just making films. We're going to be releasing a film soon. It's called Cash Out. We're going to be releasing that before the part 3 of Bradama, right? We shot that already, it's in post-production. But we want to concentrate on indigenous stories, right? We have a story that is coming up that we know that every marriage will need that story. Like we need every married person would need to watch that story. And those yet to marry will also watch it so that they can learn about marriage. Right. So we also have concern about our style of marrying. So we have a lot of stories to tell. And we need to tell it to
A
our
lot.
right. So the long and short of it is that we are trying to shape our communities, our nation with the kind of movies that we make.
Thank you. Big Romeo. Welcome. Gallo Jr., thank you so much. Oluwashola, Hindu Abubakar, Jimmy. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you. So, what lesson do you hope viewers will learn from Bradama?
For Bradama, one of the biggest lessons is that, there are two lessons. Let me not pick one. Um, Believe in yourself. Don't give up. Right? The second lesson is that just because people don't believe in you, even your family members don't believe in you, does not mean that you will fail. Does not mean that you are a failure or you have failed. Just believe in yourself, carry yourself, and constantly learn, practice constantly. Things will fall in place for you.
All right, thank you. So looking back, since in Bradama was the most, what was the most difficult time shooting Bradama?
Um, I think that would be the part two of
The part
Bradama.
two.
Yeah, the part two of Bradama. We have to
You're welcome.
we have to film. We have to film in Lagos, right? We have to film in Lagos. We have to film in Warri, and we have to film in Arubo.
Whoa.
Yes. So Bradama Part 2 was really, really demanding. We had to book apartment, right, in Lagos for days to get the Part 2 done. And then we had to go to Warri, also in hotels, to get some part of it done. So it's financing it, right, was a bit challenging. But then, like I said, because I had a team that's my team, they are the best. Like they are naturally supporting this cause. So because we are doing it together, it's not, but those were our challenging moments. My team, they had to leave their jobs, I had to leave my job as well to make sure that we get this thing done. So those were the moments that were pretty challenging for us.
All right, thank you. You have worked. Let's talk about some of the movies you produced. I know that you've worked on films such as The Love Tale of a terrorist, sorry, Keke to Martians, Radio Voice, Bodies, Home and Away, Mr. Okoli, Mr. and Mrs. Okoli, Accidental Vacations, um, In My Space, Boycotts, and which project among all do you think was more challenging among those few I listed?
I think it's boycott. Boycott was in,
Boycott.
boycott was in cinemas, 2022, right? While I was making that film, because it's an action film, uh, they almost thought that it was a terrorist attack. As a matter of fact, Tunde had not had it on his. It went viral. Tunde had not posted us like 3 times.
Okay, Mama.
They were thinking it was a police attack. So it was a terrorist attack rather. So I
What's the
remember,
location?
yes, we shot that film in Abuja. Abuja, merging Nasarawa State, a village called Karo. Right. As a matter of fact, they sent a team from Asurok. A call came from Asurok, and the troop was sent to our set. Right. It was that serious. Right. But because we took all the legal process, all the legal means to make the film, we were able to scale through. And the second thing is that when I was done with the film, they didn't want me to release the film because the film had a lot of details. So the film stayed for 1 year. It was challenging. The Muslim association, they called me. The Nigerian CAN, like the Christian Association of Nigeria, they called me. Civil service, they called me. Like I had meetings with different set of human rights bodies to be able to release that film, right? But those were the major challenges. But as God may have it, that same film gave me best international director in Rwanda in 2024, 2023.
Whoa,
It was really, really demanding, really, really tasking.
it's worth it. Wow, that's good. So, how is it like? You always you're always shooting for to be Dubai. I want to use it, Joe. You always put you know is that you're making me to speak English on this thing.
Where's your fear?
Eh, where's your fear? Boya film me abo to be Dubai film me at me Dubai abo me more film me kate. And to brack I'm a film. You're not the background. Only love me. Be how is it?
No,
Coping with them.
a coffee mum yam ne bram yo. Before able set la yo. Ipo nimiane, and miem ni yam on nimi mi ipo nimu. So I don't just come out.
Okay.
I am well grounded. So most of the celebrities, they like to work with me. If you act any day on the more than corridor me because stress the corporate and so on a anytime they come they are on my set, they are happy. So I've never had serious issues with an actor. The only time that I had a small challenge was Yvonne Jagede, right? But yes, but it was not an issue because her time was due for my set. And then she had another set in Bayelsa, right? So we spoke with dialogue and we're like, these people have paid me already, they can't hold on. And I'm like, okay, fine. Charles Okocha was also part of the set, right? So I'm like, okay, fine, she can go. So I used somebody else. She was having just 2 scenes left. So I had to improvise and cover. That's like the little challenge I had one time. So, but apart from that, actors love to work with me because I know what I prepare before I come. I don't come to prepare on set. I prepare before I go to my set.
Okay. So in a film, say get the body eating. Let me film me. It's like this.
And I think, okay. Radio voice me cinema 100, almost 120 million, yeah. And then our style of marrying, you know. So we have a lot of stories to tell, and we need to tell it to
A
our
lot.
right. So the long and short of it is that we are trying to shape our communities, our nation, with the kind of movies that we make.
Thank you. Big Romeo. Welcome. Gallo Jr., thank you so much. Oluwashola, Hindu Abubakar, Jimmy. Thank you. Thank you guys. Thank you. So what lesson do you hope viewers will learn from Bradama?
For Bradama, one of the biggest lessons is that there are 2 lessons. Let me not be one. Um, believe in yourself. Don't give up. Right. The second lesson is that just because people don't believe in you, even your family members don't believe in you, does not mean that you will fail. Does not mean that you are a failure or you have failed. Just believe in yourself, carry yourself, and constantly learn, practice constantly. Things will fall in place for you.
All right, thank you. So looking back, since in Bradama was the most, what was the most difficult time shooting Bradama?
Um, that would be that would be the part 2 of
The part
Bradama.
two.
Yeah, the part 2 of Bradama. Like,
You're welcome.
we have to film. We have to film in Lagos, right? We have to film in Lagos. We have to film in Warri, and we have to film in Arubo.
Whoa.
Yes. So Bradama Part 2 was really, really demanding. We had to book apartment, right, in Lagos for days to get the Part 2 done. And then we had to go to Warri, also in hotels, to get some part of it done. So it's financing it, right, was a bit challenging. But then, like I said, because I have a team that's my team, they are the best. Like they are naturally supporting this cause. So because we are doing it together, I just but those were our challenging moments. My team, they had to leave their jobs, I had to leave my job as well to make sure that we get this thing done. So those were the moments that were pretty challenging for us.
All right, thank you. You have worked. Let's talk about some of the movies you've produced. I know that you've worked on films such as The Love Tale of a Tourist, a terrorist, sorry, Keke to Martians, Radio Voice, Bodies, Home and Away, Mr. Okoli, Mr. and Mrs. Okoli, Accidental Vacations, um, In My Space, Boycotts, and which projects among all do you think was more challenging among those few I listed?
I think it's Boycott. Boycott was
Boycotts.
Boycott was in cinemas 2022, right? While I was making that film, you know, because it's an action film, uh, they almost thought that it was a terrorist attack. As a matter of fact, Tunde had not had it on his, it went viral. Tunde had not posted us like 3 times.
Okay, Mama.
They were thinking it was a police attack. So it was a terrorist attack rather. So I remember.
What's the location?
Yes, we shot that film in Abuja. Abuja, merging Nasarawa State, a village called Karo. Right. As a matter of fact, they sent a team from Asurok. A call came from Asurok, and the troop was sent to our set. Right. It was that serious. Right. But because we took all the legal process, all the legal means to make the film, were able to scale through. And the second thing is that when I was done with the film, they didn't want me to release the film because the film had a lot of details. So the film stayed for 1 year. It was challenging. The Muslim association, they called me. The Nigerian CAN, like the Christian Association of Nigeria, they called me. Civil service, they called me. Like I had meetings with different set of human rights bodies to be able to release that film, right? But those were the major challenges. But as God may have it, that same film gave me Best International Director in Rwanda in 2024, 2023.
Whoa!
It was really, really demanding, really, really tasking.
It's worth it. Wow. That's good. So, how is it like? You're always shooting for to be Dubai. I want to use it, Joe. You always put you're doing like you're making me to speak English on this thing.
Where's your feel? Oh, yeah, where's your feel?
Where's your feel? Boya film me abo to be Dubai. Film me at me Dubai abo more film me kate. Ah, Tibrake, I'm a film. You're not the correct. Only long. How is it?
No,
Copy with them.
a coffee mummy am nebram yo. Before ebo set lab yo. Ipo nimiane, e miem ni yemo nimi mi ipo nimi. So I don't just come out.
Okay.
I am well grounded. So most of the celebrities, they like to work with me. If you act any day on a more than a corridor, because stress the corporate. And so anytime they come, they are on my set, they are happy. So I've never had serious issues with an actor. The only time that I had a small challenge was Yvonne Jagede, right? But yes, but it was not an issue because her time was due for my set, and then she had another set in Bayelsa, right? So we spoke with dialogue, and we're like, these people have paid me already; they can't hold on. And I'm like, okay, fine. Charles Okocha was also part of the set, right? So I'm like, okay, fine, she can go. So I used somebody else. She was having just 2 scenes left. So I had to improvise and cover. That's like the little challenge I had one time. So, but apart from that, actors love to work with me because I know what I prepare before I come. I don't come to prepare on set. I prepare before I go to my set.
Okay. So in a film, say get about eating. Let me film it. It's like this.
And I film okay. Radio voice me cinema 100, almost 120 million, yeah. And then boycott get better than you because boycott me was cinema premiere a few Amazon Prime. So
yes, I saw that.
Boycott me about cover product over 200 million live. So
on the film, why me? It got me back. I like it up about 10 million, bro.
No, film of 1 million. Wana kama masa film business me on sa toro komo on sa trust ya on sa I think more You understand?
Whoever.
Because Kim of that film me successful to me operate on more
Very
or back.
dear.
Yes, they haven't. So me film business me. I got pull business in bracket. You understand? Akpo ane global. Buyon ko bako moko. It duba ko bako film me. If I duba profit there. None there. You understand? So we make films. We make films like 150 million to 100 million, 70, depending on the story we are telling. Right? So we are cinema film. We are work. What about me? You cannot lose your money. That's why we are telling our young people, come. We are not saying come and spend money, come and dash us money. We are saying come and invest. So that we can
Invest.
make money for you. You get even if you don't have to do anything, just give us money, go and sleep. We will bring the money back and a 30% interest back on the money. Take. Yeah, but most of them don't know that there's money in film. Film market, I do 2 billion our cinema America. 2 billion can even
Very
knock that.
many.
And that's just cinemas. That's just cinemas. You've not talked about SVOD
It's not
platform.
supposed to.
Uh-huh. So think I buy me new principles for there, buy back up with the next physics bomb and boy for them. So that's the way it is. There's a lot of money in film. You know how to do the business.
Okay. So how do you select stories that are what turning into films? Or do you just pick random stories and how do you select stories?
We select stories based on how we feel it will resonate with our audience, right? How we feel it's going to align. For instance, we want to tell stories that everybody can relate to, right? So, when we action film, they cannot relate with it. We're not Americans. Sir, when now mommy or partner, matter of film in here, they can easily relate. So we select story based on how it relates with our people, our culture.
Okay. Thank you. Film it the way be dominant more. Film acting get me be dominant more. Try to go advice me.
Okay. Um, on a tariff, there's like a phone in the night, all right? There's like a phone in the night. On a phone, ọ̀nìmọ̀ kó bá gbẹ́ kọ́ ìdáwà yà sẹ́ à ọmọ ọ̀nẹ́ fóònù mọ̀ mọ̀ kọ́ńtà ọ̀nà akọ́ YouTube wọ̀tà ọ̀nà akọ́ filmmaking make dáwà ebi mọ̀ pẹ́pẹ́ ọ̀nà bó film yẹn. Don't just jump into something because other people are doing it. You have to learn the craft. You have to understand the dynamics of the craft before you start making films. Filmmaking is not easy. Filmmaking is spiritual. Filmmaking is your ability to visualize a story from start to finish. Before you go out there, you are telling that story to an audience. So you are conveying the message first to your cast and crew and then to your audience. So they need to learn, have the skill before they start.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. So what role can governments and private organizations play in supporting indigenous movies?
Great. Um, the private organizations and the government need to pay attention to some of us who can actually impact upcoming filmmakers. We already have like a contract. We have like a proposal, a document that says empower us to empower the up and coming filmmakers. Let us. We can't have this knowledge alone. We need to spread it across our nation, across our people, so that things can be ongoing in Bayelsa, can be ongoing in Delta State, Ondo State, and every other just speaking state simultaneously. I will be able to oversee and supervise these projects. And then we have also created a platform where we can also generate revenue from this project. But we need to start. We need to start. So private organizations and government needs to uh, pay attention or empower people like us to be able to empower the rest of us who are really bent on making films.
So are there plans for major Ijaw-centered movie after Bradama? King Billy, you're welcome.
Say that
Do you
again.
get me? Are there plans for major Ijaw-centered movie after Bradama?
Yes. Yes.
All right.
Our next film is Ijaw-ere, and people are going to love
Oh,
it. Ijaw-ere is coming. A lot of Ijaw film. As a matter of fact, we have said this before, and I used to tell my team, I'm saying that I don't feel entitled to anyone. If people want to help us, they will help us. But if they don't,
Exactly.
the show must go on.
Keep pushing.
So whether people help us or not, we will keep doing what we love to do. So the idea for us is to make Ijaw films. So we are going to be making Ijaw films in Delta states. We're going to go to Bayelsa. We're going to go to River State. We're going to go to all Ijaw speaking communities. And when we get there, we're going to train a set of people and make films with them. Right. So there's a huge vision that will cut across the Niger Delta.
All right. That's a very brilliant idea. Thank you. Thank you. So, if major things one should, what are the major things one should know before planning to be a filmmaker or film or an actor? The major things you should know in the back of your mind.
First thing you should know is that don't do it if you don't love it. Right. Before you want to be a filmmaker, you will know that you're not jumping into a smooth ride. You're going to have it's the best thing to happen to every other profession. You know that when the thing gets tough, you have to get going still, right? So that when push comes to shove, you don't bail. You still keep pushing, right? So the major thing you need to know is that do what you love and love the craft before you get into it. The second thing is have a training. Have a training. Training will convert to skill, and skill will give you value, and value will give you a set, and it will give you money, right? So you must make sure that you diligently apply these principles or follow these routes carefully if you really want to achieve at the end of the day.
Thank you. Thank you so much. To everyone of you that is in the comment section, thank you so much. So our viewers, if you have any questions, please drop it in the comment section. Today's topic is why Bradama? We all know the movie that is currently trending on Ijaw TV. It's an Ijaw movie produced by my guest. He's our one and only filmmaker and a producer and a director. So we're here to talk about Bradama and his journey in general. So if you have questions, please drop it in the comment section. I'm happy I can see you, my brother. Thank you so much for joining us. Junior Maketo, thank you so much. So now let's deviate from the regular we are doing right now. Let's talk about the Arubo.
Okay.
Warubo people more feeling more.
All right.
Since you're into the entertainment side, how do you rate the entertainment aspect of the Arubo?
Um,
If you were to rate it 1 to 10, what would it be?
1 to 10. At the moment, presently, because it is work in progress, presently, I will carefully say it is.
Say
I'll say it's 5 over 10 presently.
5 to 10. What are your rating? What do I call it? Your rating elements.
Okay, so first of all, in attention to detail, right? When you say entertainment, it means that you are going to create an amusement for people. It means that you're going to organize a set of happenings that will entertain the audience. It means that you are going to carry something that is audience based. So it's when the audience are happy that you have succeeded, right? So those factors are not put into our planning yet. I have seen our decorations, right? It's not standard yet. It's coming up, but it's not standard yet. I've seen the what is it called? The way our people react to different kind of entertainments. If it is our Ijaw dance, right? There's a lot of persons. If it is a debate, if it is so for the entertainment part, I would just say without saying much and without disrespecting anyone, I would say this. From what I've seen from standard, it is 5 over 10.
Thank you. In the aspect of support, we Wana Arubome, I'm very, very sure that Wana Abuyatbe talent Nanaimi. Let's take let me start with my sister. Let me start with Fompe. Okay? She's a great person. Let me talk about Skin, my brother. He's a wonderful actor with his girlfriend, or his wife, or maybe his partner or his colleague, because I don't really know him much. Tari, she's a very great actress. If something is done about, but I just feel what's everybody just pushing no support where you can see maybe let me take the prices for example. You can just see, oh, so person gives so person so money to buy equipment. Oh, so person gives so person something to do this. Okay, but so can so way so about promote me. It is happening, but one out of people and the power.
Okay, let me clear a bit on that, right? What I feel, personal opinion, right? If you if you want if you want support, right? If you want support, keep doing what you love to do and keep focusing on developing yourself. One day you will attract it. Uh, Personally, like I will always say, I don't have entitlement mentality. Nobody owes us anything. These people who have money, they don't owe us anything, right? There are people who are rich and are givers. There are people who are rich and they don't know how to give until you go to them, right? Now, for you, if you don't have your 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 reason of doing what you love to do should not be dependent on the support that you are going to get. You're going to get disappointed. These people don't owe us a support. I want to be clear on that. And like I would tell myself, they don't owe us support. But unanimously, if they are seeing us and they are not supporting us, what is causing our community is backwardness, right? They should be seeing it from that picture, that point of view. Like if they have 100 of you, and 100 of a film producer as me, and 100 of musicians as hero bearing, it the audience that you have, the ones I have, if we put them together, we have grown a community, right? Now, if there is a narrative and we want to push it, and we unanimously lend our voices to that issue, it will fly, right? But again, I would always let us not feel entitled, right? If this thing is of
Of
a
course.
different concern to us, then let us come together. There's something that collaboration does. Hmm? You have a voice, I have a voice. We all have brands, right? Let's come together as different brands and go to these people, right? Let's not sit in our homes and judge them and say, oh, they did this for this, but these people, why can't I? No, they are not the ones to come to us, right? Let us form a forum and then we go and at that time, let's see how they refuse us. We'll hear what they have to say. The reason I always say that we should not feel entitled is this. Sometimes people are the ones assuming the most of money you have, and they don't really know what you have. You might give somebody 1,000 naira, and the person will be feeling like, this is your level. It's 1,000 naira that she's giving me. But the person may not know that at that particular time, that 1,000 naira is all you have, and you are giving it. To you, the earth has judged you as a generous person. But the person you gave, because of entitlement mentality, feels like it's too small. Now, if there's a third party or a mirror to watch the both of you, who is the good person there? You get it? So now people are rich, and the richer you get, the bigger your problems. So some people may be paying too much attention to their problems that they forget their community. They forget the up and coming ones. But we, the up and coming ones, we can actually have a forum and go to them unanimously with common interest. And then we can hear from them or we can remind them that we are existing, right? So if Mohammed does not come to the mountain, right?
Yeah.
Oh, what's the right word? If the mountain does not come to Mohammed should go to the mountain. I get it. That's what it is. So for me personally, I just believe that I have a mentality that's individual. It may not be the right way, but I just have this confidence that I have to first of all learn how to do what I need to do. So whether it comes for me or not, I keep going.
You see, that philosophy of yours is actually mine. I don't really feel entitled to whatever I do for anyone. I don't have to do something for someone oh, this thing, there must be a big no, or do something and expect something in return, or feel entitled to, oh, I did this thing. I must be entitled to this particular thing. I don't, because you will definitely get disappointed. And when you do that, you start bringing down your morals
Yes,
gradually because the expectation was much.
yes.
I don't do that. Yes. So come to what you said. You are saying you said something that I want to derive the questions from. You said, for example, we have 100% from your side, 100% from me, 100% from other persons, A, B, C, D. We all have 100. And if we bring this community together, collaborate together, we'll make a very great thing. We'll make out something great. Summary of what you said. That comes to this question. Do you think we, the entertainers of Arubo, are we collaborating? Are we doing what we're supposed to do? Or what is expected of us to do? Do you see anything like that?
Yes.
And if no, what is going forward and what is the solution? Because we need to move forward.
Okay, great. This is a beautiful question, I must say. I would say for now we are not, right? For now we are not, and I will appeal that should be encouraged, right? One of our brother is trending, Irobereni, we all know. Now, Irobereni and I, we have gone a long way on the background. We have been there for him, and every job person I come across, I usually say to them, "I will support you any way that I can. I am not doing it because I want anything from anyone. I'm doing it because at the level where I've gotten to in my career, it is time for me to give back. I mustn't get all the money in the world before I start giving back, right? So if I help my brother to stand, my brother will help our sister to stand, and my sister will help another brother to stand, and that's how we will begin to grow, and we'll form a community of strong men and women. So, but we need to come together. You see, if our leaders, if our fathers feel like they are not seeing us, let's come together now. Let's go and meet them now. Say that time they will see us physically. They cannot say that if we have not attracted them enough individually with our brands and what we've been doing. Let's go and meet them. They owe us. They are our people, right? They are our people. But let's not feel entitled like, they must do like this for us. So they must, but
Not expecting anything in return.
yes, it is a formal way
If
of
they do fine, if they don't do fine.
thank you. It's a formal way of going to them and say, our leader, we are here. Oh, this is what we have been doing. We know. See, I told someone something one day. I said, do you know that some of these are our leaders? They might not even be able to spend 10 minutes on social media. You don't know. These people are busy people. Sometimes they may not, you may be struggling and thinking, oh, all these things I've been doing, why have they not been saying it? Then some of them may not even have sat down in one place for the past 1 month. They are really busy. So, but if you go to them and speak the thing with them, they can listen to it.
Your voice was very low.
Was it clear now?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes,
so
final.
I was concluding by saying that some of these are leaders, very busy people, and we may think they're saying us and they are not, right? We may call them and they don't take our calls, and we may think they're ignoring us, and maybe they are not even with their phones. So instead of us to have an entitlement mentality and have a take on them, let's come together as people and go and meet them, and let's hear from them. Then, for the Arobo people that you said, if we have been coming together, if we have not been doing that, let's do that now.
So what's the way forward? Because to me, there was a time, I think after me and you hosted, there was a time I think most of us were just starting. I
Okay.
can't even say most of us, I can only speak because for me, I've been starting this talk show on and off since 2012, if I'm
Wow.
not mistaken.
Wow.
Yes, 2012. My first YouTube was there. So I went off, coming, school and all. So I can't say we are just starting, but some of us were at a stage we needed ourselves. I can beat my chest and say the baristas, they are doing well when it comes to the aspects.
Yeah.
Like them job TikTokers doing well. Yes, I can, but I cannot speak for my Arabic people. I don't know, maybe there is such that me I'm not aware of.
Mm.
So I came up with this plan. I created a platform where we can all come together. And for example, let me say this for example now. Let me say the Bradama that came out. I
Okay.
call some few people that are content creators, those that do online, those that are not doing free. The few ones I know, I say, so we can do this thing. Why can't I join my community with your community to grow yours and to grow mine?
Yes.
Like, let's just do a round table because algorithm works in a way whereby when few to mark Metarakime, Bob so before you know, they push it to other people.
Yes.
So I was though before I got inspired to even create that, this I just started. I saw an Igbo guy I knew added me to a platform. He said, ah, Ijaw-ere, I like what you do. Oh. And you, my party, it's been long you've been doing this thing. We need to blow for this talk show. You know, we're just a random Igbo friend of mine. He said, we need to blow. I said, ah, guy, that's small, small. You know, he said, okay, let me add you. You will be my sister because it's for like Igbo people kind of platform. I don't know. So he added me to it on Telegram. And I noticed that they will create a video content, they will drop it on the page. When they drop it on the page, everybody will go, they will, engage with that video. And one person was like, I don't go viral, at least I don't, first of all, I get 1K, first of all, I got 2K, I was seeing testimonies. I said, come, if I like my Ijaw-ere not be able now, all the names. I was seeing some top, like, upcoming content creators that I know, they were in that platform. He said, just go drop your stuff. When you do any video, drop it there. We'll help you engage. I said, oh. My first, they just, like, they removed me like this view. I've been getting in jazz. Even I just drop it. I don't know how the admin knew that I was not Igbo or I don't know. I don't just know. The next night that I was removed, it was this one name. Why you said even be a English name? I think they were really going towards so they were just strictly promoting theirs. I don't even. As if this is the case, I was pained. I said I will create my own. So that's how I came up with the platform Ijaw community and something like that. Just created a community and we're like close to three, but I didn't even make mine or restrict it to Ijaw. It was just we're up to like 300, a bit to something, I don't know, in that Telegram. So I was like, I called Fumpi. Fumpi could be a witness to this thing I'm saying. To some other Ijaw community content creators and some youths like that. I involved everybody. I made calls. I said, let's make this a reality. If you drop a content, drop it, let's go engage, let's do something. But make sure you too, you are engaged. You're going to get some few people that has to monitor. Like, some people, they will not retaliate. When you give me, they won't want to give you back. I said, can you use this to help ourselves? Do you know this thing didn't even function? I think just few people was able to monetize their TikTok, were able to grow some few people, and this thing just died down. And after that, I was not hearing some side talks. Hey, Joy wants to use this to do this. That they just skip off. Since that very day, we are still like 200 plus in that platform. That platform is not functioning anymore. Lots of stuff I was not hearing. I call some of our people, they're like, I don't want to involve in such things. Oh, really like a content creator, because I know so many content creators that I know that they have parallel groups. Please, let's go and do this, let's go and do that. In few hours, your video is hitting 1K. Before you know, algorithm will push it out. So if we're using that to help ourselves, I don't know why somebody will say, this, that, da. A platform that is like I struggle so hard to build it, and the side talks, even when I call some of our content creators that I know, the review was bad. It was when I saw Baisa, so it was not like that. And that platform, Baisa people were even involved. It was later I discovered they created Baisa, Ijaw TikTokers and all that. So you see, do you think if we even come up with such things, they will even cooperate?
So people, it's most time a community is basically functional or dead due to the mindset of the people in that community.
Ijaw TikTokers and all that. So you see, do you think if we even come up with such things, they will even cooperate?
So people, it's most time a community is basically functional or dead due to the mindset of the people in that community. And this is one thing that, if it is there, that we need to work on. And that particular thing is we need to learn not to compete with each other.
Thank you.
Start collaborating with each other. There is no need. The battle is not against ourselves.
And what they feel is this space is very big for all of us to like get bigger. There is no competition in it at all.
I come and I support you. I have stuff, you come and you support me. If I get bigger, we are getting bigger. If you get bigger, we are still getting bigger. It becomes a win-win thing for all of us, right? So people should, if it's not there already, they should know. And the idea of character assassination, right, is another thing that we need to erase completely. When people say,
thank you,
he's trying, but his problem is he does this too much. Oh, that lady, she's good though. But what she'd like to do, what I don't like about her is XYZ. No. Why do we always
have it
on people? Knowing very well that nobody stands perfect. We all
Exactly.
have our shortcomings. We are all humans. We are all learning people, right? But for me, I've learned to see the best in people, right? I don't want your negative part. I just want that part to be positive about you so that I can relate with that positive part of you. And that's all that matters to me, right? So I feel we can try again. Remember, at the door of success, you have to keep knocking until there's a yes for you, until the door opens. So you put together people who are like-minded. So most of the time, only one bad egg in a group like that can just mess the entire group up. So you just make sure that you are aligning with people that matter. For instance, there was a time I called you and I'm like, is there a problem? Is there this? Why you not see? You have to talk to your people. Sometimes you get busy and you may forget some certain things. And if I don't call you to verify that, I may think maybe you are giving me attitude or you don't have interest in what I am doing, right? But if I call you and say, for a few days now, you've not been engaging in my stuff. Did I do something wrong? Did I offend you? You'll be like, oh no, I was busy. I was up here. That's why the matter is settled. But without asking you, if I have a take on you and start drifting from you, you have not done anything wrong. But my mindset has deterred me from aligning with you just because I have suspected that you may have done something. So I think we need to communicate more often. If I do something wrong and you do not like it, call the person. I'm not your enemy. Call me. Don't call me and be like, you're a bad person. No. Communication. Call me and be like, I heard XYZ. I value you. So I called you to know what happened. You had a
That's a
chance,
good person.
you had a chance to hear my part of the story. And then you'll be like, oh, I think you are wrong in XYZ. Please try your best possible not to do this again, not to do that. I can get an advice from you. You have made me a better person by doing so. You get even our children, right? If they are wrong, I will just come out there that you're a bad child, you're a bad child, you're a bad child, you're a bad child. The child you are not giving the child an option to learn. You are only naming the child negatively. And when the child is in a corner, they won't know anything else to do because you didn't give them solution. You only told them who they are. So
Who they are.
yes, you are punching them in a negative direction. So I feel like we should communicate more and we should collaborate more.
Thank you. Collaboration is just the key. But just as you said, let's just figure out one or two, and everything's going to be fine.
There's a question on your
So the
side.
last question,
Yeah. Sorry, your
you
guest
want
is
to say
asking.
something?
Yes, Obi, is it Oti Wilson is asking me a question. That
Okay.
what's one lesson you wish you knew earlier? The one lesson that I wish I knew earlier is knowing how to help people who have skill, not just helping anybody randomly. I have stopped doing that. One of my biggest mistakes is to help anybody that comes my way. It's wrong. In as much as you want to be a kind person, you have to help people that can value the help that you give to them, not anyone that come up to you. Because if you help a person who does not know how to navigate, you will end up wasting a lot of time
Wasting time.
dealing with that person, and they will get tired, and then they will start blaming you again. That's the lesson.
Also, I hope that answers your questions. Thank you. So, if you had a message for every Ijaw youth watching this Ijaw-ere Talk Show today, what could it be?
I would say when I travel, we don't need competition. We need collaboration. Let us come together and make our nation great. Give a good and lasting name. So I would say that they come together and then hold up to one goal. And the one goal is not to compete, it's to collaborate and progress. Can you come and turn off this?
Is there anything you want to say? Because we've come to the end of the show. Any question, anything you want to say? Or any options? Sorry, any advice, any other advice or solutions to any problem you discover in Arubo that you would like to address concerning content creators of Arubo? Anything you want to talk about, Please go ahead. Shout out anything.
What I
I
want to
see
say
you.
is that I have seen some of the content creators in Arobo. I've seen how they have been creating content. What I want to say is that I'm going to be creating a master class for Arobo people soon, and then I will take it to other communities to properly train them how to use their phone camera, how to get the best out of their phone cameras, the what matters, how to create engaging content, right? I'm going to have a master class with them soon. I've not had a date yet, but I will need people like you. You know me, I will usually come and convince you guys. I will need a better time, a better place to do it. But I want to do it for the Arobo community because I see what they use, not their phone, is how they are using it. Some people don't know that you can set your phone camera to look like a normal camera,
The
right?
pro.
Some people also don't know that you can set up an angle. That's what I told someone. You know, it is not what you do, it is how you do it. It is not what you say, it is how you say it. So understanding how to use those things will help them have better results. So I'm going to be putting up a masterclass very soon so that I can use that medium to give back to up and coming content creators, directors, producers, and whoever that wants to get into the media section.
Okay. You know very well. I always be number one.
Yes, I
I'm always the number one, so I'm already in the master class. Yeah. So that's it. You see, you want to say something?
No, I want to thank you so much for having me. And the rest assured, anytime I will make myself available for you guys at every given time.
Thank you.
Even though you
So
didn't,
guys, so this is the end of the show for today. Remember, next race key into this program. Okay, come and talk, come and voice out. Come and tell us anything. We will listen to you. We will listen to you. So the Joy platform is always available and it's every Sunday 5 p.m. on this particular page, this platform where TikTok, Ijaw-ere One. And you can watch the episodes from Monday on Ijaw-ere Talkshow. We're on YouTube, we're on IG now. Yes, you can watch all episodes on IG. You can watch it on YouTube. You can watch it on Facebook. The same Ijaw-ere Talkshow. All right, every platform. Just search that word letters Ijaw-ere Talkshow, and the episode you need will be out. We've hosted so many people that you can't even imagine. So watch them. Go and watch your favorites and see what they have to say. And also, you can also be part of this show. If you want me to host you, please send me a DM. Click on the Jory Talk Show. You're going to see our official line. You can either send us WhatsApp message, most preferable WhatsApp messages to book a date. We cannot just hold it randomly like that. And if you want me to host, it has to be 2 weeks ahead. I have to write a date 2 weeks ahead before that day to see if it is booked or not, or to book you for that day. If it is booked, then you have to wait for either maybe months or weeks. All right. So we'll be expecting your messages and your reviews, comments, and your reposts on all our platforms. And also, don't forget, Bradama is still trending. Watch Bradama on Ijaw TV on YouTube. Remember, I said Ijaw TV, not the copied one. Ijaw TV. Yes. Go and watch Bradama on Ijaw TV. More movies are coming. Fingers are crossed. And when you watch, please give review on YouTube. When you watch them, comment, share to your family members. Let your kids watch Ijaw movies. Bradama is very, very interesting. Let them watch it. Let them view it. Tell them to give you a review after watching, so that they will understand what it means. Oh, okay? Let them watch it. Also share, comment. This is our producer. Please give him good reviews. He did well for us, at least. It's a very fantastic movie that you need to watch and expect more. Mr. Jalaja, thank you so much for joining us. We really, really appreciate you. So